Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more Group A tiebreaker action. We're getting ready to go into some number heat of, tiebreakers. I'm Dakota. That's Cox. And I called you Cox, didn't I?
Maybe.
Lacoste.
You just love the name.
I do.
What's your favorite one? There's a lot of
No, Lacoste is
different
the best. Then
Lacoste?
we're ready to rock out with our Lacoste out.
All right, that
Let's get into
sounds
it.
good to me.
So we got Newbee going against LGD. It's a pretty damn important matchup here. Unfortunately for Newbee, they have already dropped both of their tiebreaker games so far, currently 0-2 in the tiebreaker run. LGD started off strong. They took a 1-0 advantage against none other than Liquid, so they got to be feeling pretty confident here. If they can string together another couple of wins, they may have just secured a spot into the main event and possibly the only Chinese team to be straight into the main event too. So Newbee trying to stay afloat. We'll see what they can do. Draft is underway, so let's break down some of the bans here. Newbee get rid of the almighty Chen. The all-holy Omni Knight and Bounty Hunter's got to go. LGD rid of Naga, rid of the Puck and the Razor, and they're going to be opening up with a nice man here, the Beastmaster.
Yeah, that's a Beastmaster for Chalice. I like how Chalice just picks the hero for himself.
He's like, guys, first, me. Chalice is going to get Beastmaster.
Yeah, Beastmaster has been so popular, then it fell off. Now the people kind of build them in a different way, more of a utility. Yeah, they don't rush the Necrobook anymore, which suits him better. And the axes, you can easily just zone out the enemy safe lane support also. But Beastmaster is not a hero that is left alone. Most of the time he needs a help from one of the supports in your own team. Witch Doctor and Night Stalker. Witch Doctor is really good against the Beastmaster, not that early on, just in general a good pick.
We'll see how much utility they tag onto the Beastmaster on the LGD side. We've seen other teams even bring in like the Vengeful Spirit and such. But first things first, we got to get a Terrorblade into the game because it's Dota after all, and it's 7.12, and it's this tournament. It'd only be fitting if a Gyrocopter somehow popped up into play as well. But, very VP-esque, as mentioned, that they're just going to be taking the Terrorblade in the first phase while it's still out there. I'm curious if Newbee have anything up their sleeve to help take care of this. They went with the Night Stalker, like you were talking about before. We saw Night Stalker to great success in our previous matchup of TNC against Liquid. I don't know if Newbee have the same idea to put him in that off lane or not. We'll see as the draft does progress. But look at that. Gyrocopter actually banned, so I don't have to worry about that. And the Vengeful Spirit I was talking about also going to be taken off the table.
Yeah, LGD loves to have Beastmaster and Venge combo, and then pick some building damage as well. Most of the time it's a Dragon Knight, but this works as well. Like opening with the Beastmaster, maybe they didn't expect them to ban the Venge. Both FY and Xnova play them. I mean, that's why they got rid of the Chen first ban. Xnova really shines on that hero. Keeps a lot of pressure and makes a lot of space for his team.
Yeah, Xnova continues to have usually a very good early game presence here. Can't depend on the hero. We've seen him on the Chens. We've seen him on the Witch Doctors. So I'm curious to see what they're going to have in store for him. Interesting bans coming out from Newbee. They get rid of the Dazzle, which is pretty often a pretty good pair with Terrorblade. Helps with his physical amplification. And, of course, you have the Grave to help keep him alive so he can get off that great Sunder. And over on the side of LGD, well, they get rid of the Bat Rider here. I believe it was you, as I was watching in, talking about how you love to see KP playing on those Blink Initiation heroes, and not so much the heroes that just kind of walk around with utility.
So it's going to be either Enchantress or Night Stalker, probably Enchantress, so we can expect... let me just check the list of the heroes that are good against the Enchantress. Well, they need a reliable stun early on, so maybe they should get something like a Sanking or even a Tusk and put a lot of pressure on Ench's lane. Also, Shadow Shaman is not the worst idea.
Wow, I like that.
Skyrat Mage as well. I mean, it fits into LGD Gaming's playstyle. Drop the wards, have these auras, Terrorblade, just farm him up, get her. Most of their games are pretty quick, the ones that I saw.
We'll
I
see.
mean, they can still go for, let's say, Terrorblade, put Terrorblade on mid. It's kind of hard to lane with Terrorblade against the Ench because you're relying on those right clicks.
That's true.
So maybe a Jug. I mean, they can still switch things around.
Have we seen any Jug at this tournament? I feel like I have not seen
Yeah,
that
I saw
mad.
a couple of Jugs.
Must be not on our games at all.
Yeah, because you were doing the interviews, right?
Yeah. So therefore no Jug?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
Enchantress's early game was nerfed, but late game kind of buffed. She's not relying that much early on those creeps because she needs to refresh it more often. And also level 1 enchant, or untouchable, sorry, is really weak. 20% from 40 to 20.
I like this pickup right here, Ancient Aberration. Obviously going to be very useful in ridding of the pesky sustain powers that Newbee already have in their draft between the healing of Enchantress and the Witch Doctor. As long as they're able to avoid the Ice Blast, but, you know, he obviously would help make sure that they're not going to have that extra potency. Not too much to synergize with the Ancient Apparition for maybe Cold Feet setups early on, but everybody loves Chili Fingers, right?
Yeah, well, they might go for this favorite duo of mine from recent AA Dark Willow. Dark Willow is still in the pool, right? We saw how powerful Dark Willow can be.
That's true.
Overpowerful, huh?
Very powerful.
LGD's
Newbee. Opt for a Lycan, so the pace turning up a little bit here.
So they have a Lycan and Night Stalker combo. During the nighttime, you use Howl, which benefits you a lot, so you can expect them to be active early on. Also, Lycan, one of the heroes that likes to get on top of Terrorblade. AA is one of the heroes that has no escape mechanism. It feels like it's going to be AA with a lot of deaths so far.
That is definitely plausible here. Fourth pickup for LGD. In the meantime, though, they're going to be opting for the Tiny, heavy burst potential, and should be a strong laner. Now, what does this say to us, though? Does this more so say that this Tiny is going to be hanging in possibly the safe lane or taking it to the mid lane, potentially? I mean, I imagine you still don't want to have that Terrorblade in the matchup against the Enchantress here, so it does seem like more of a safe lane.
They still could. If they get the position 4 hero with the reliable stun. I'm thinking of Sanking. That's their burst damage with the AA. It's pretty good setup to kill Enchantress. You have 2 stuns once they get to level 2. Chili Fingers plus a Cold Feet, Caustic Finale, stun. Way too much damage.
Yeah, lots of lockdown there. Interesting ban. The Kunkka going to be taken off the table there from Newbee. And then the OD, obviously gone. Let's see if they do opt for something like that Dark Willow you were talking a lot about.
I don't know, it feels like a Dark Willow or a Sanking. They might still swap things around. AA is going to be definitely a position 5.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just seems too potent here. I mean, you're going against a Lycan. All the extra lockdown you can get would be very beneficial. Unfortunately, gone with the days of your old oracles and your treants and such.
Oh, that's all right. That's a good hero as well. I forgot about Slardar because he was buffed, and I talk about him as a new Sanking, a replacement for him, especially when you have these 2 cores that deal ton of damage. 3 cores actually, because Beastmaster also, if you build into phase boots, let's say Shadowblade and the Wild Axes are also physical damage, and he provides a lot of control for Lycan and his units. Also AA against 3 heroes that have a lot of heal, Witch Doctor, Enchantress, and Lycan with his aura, just to stop it. So this feels like a good AA game in terms of what AA needs to do, so he can stand behind, has these, 3 strength frontliners.
Yeah, so big melee bruisers all across the board here for LGD.
They have a really good Roche lineup with the Slaughter, of course, Beastmaster, Aura, Terrorblade. So whenever they take a fight after 10-minute mark, let's say if they wipe 3 or more heroes, they can easily just go for the Roche.
Now we go back to Newbee's side here, with what could be potentially their mid lane.
Yeah, they're looking for
matchup against possibly the
hero.
Terrorblade here. Oh, the Pugna, notoriously known to actually be pretty good against the Terrorblade. So that's a pretty formidable pickup here. It is another kind of healing, draining kind of hero, so you do have to really watch out for that Ice Blast now. But, yeah, has heavy burst potential. Great siege. I mean, look at these guys. They could definitely take some towers, too. I mean,
yeah.
Lycan and Pugna, it's pretty bull rush, you know?
Yeah, it's true, but if their early game is sacked, I can also see LGD doing the same. They also have some strong tower building damage, whatever. Witch Doctor, they might go aggressive on the side of Newbee and just have the other one in one more strong scenario. Enchantress, I'm not sure they want to leave Enchantress against the Slardar, AA, and possibly Terrorblade. Yeah.
All right, well, folks, we're going to get into it here. First a pause, but teams are situated underway, it seems. We have tiebreaker action here. Newbee trying to get a win and prevent themselves from being in a 0-3 position at that 6th spot where they have to play through the breakout bracket, likely against a pretty tough opponent in that case, whereas LGD are already coasting through at least one win. If they can string together another couple of wins, they have earned their spot into the main event and don't have to play that scary 1 best-of-3 to stay alive. Smoke coming out here from Newbee early on. Looks like they're going to be taking their move right down the mid lane.
I think they just want to place a deep ward. Yeah, he's pinging it already.
Total spawnage.
One towards the mid lane for an extra bit of vision. For LGD side, they are heading all the way down and below. Mugi is not really looking to be any part of the woods and just anticipating that they're likely to be in there planting something. So, okay, now we see the second Newbee ward drop. And they'll be able to get some early ideas about the movement here. Certainly people like the Slardar you'd want to be able to keep tabs on.
Yeah, this ward gives them advantage on the top lane, almost at the tier 2 tower, how the lanes are gonna be placed, so they can have the advantage. They can start switching already when they see someone passing by.
We see switching happening right now, actually. Under the watchful eye of Newbee, I'm sure they see both FY and Nova heading all the way up towards the top, so adjustments are likely to be made here. Oh, a little bit of tickling here. To the high ground they go, and this is our bounty rune. They'll take that one and the one on the other side, and be a nice early advantage for LGD, claiming 3 of the 4 bounty runes.
Kaka with the Stout Shield build, which will provide him a lot of damage mitigation on the top lane. He wants to secure Enchantress because her early game was nerfed. Untouchable, yeah, from 40 to 20. But then on level 4 it's increased by 10.
Still not going to be too easy, though. I know that she does have Untouchable, but Ame wants to go into that initial Metamorph. They can really bully them back a bit. It's actually FY eating the bulk of heavy harassment coming in from Kaka. And they're not committing that first Metamorph quite yet. They're going to take it a bit easy, it would seem. Nova did commit with the Chili Fingers, and now they're going to make the call. There's the Crush, looking to go hard onto FY, and Newbee managed to secure the first blood, and it's KP who actually picks it up. I think the Nice Soccer could be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, with the Orb of Venom, they have a lot harassment, double slow. Also, Slardar went for Boots of Speed. They're gonna get a kill on Fate. With Boots of Speed, you won't be able to catch the enemy heroes, but if you're in, let's say, try versus try situation, then you're kind of weak.
Hard hits here onto Ame. Kaka recognizing the very weak body of this Terrorblade early on. Needs one more. The body blocks from Nova. Not going to allow Kaka to continue to move on forward. He does not want to risk it for that biscuit. And it looks like Ame will be able to create the space. Now he needs to eat his spinach. and desperately heal on up. Kaka, no respect right now for the creep wave, and for Nova, happy to move on forward.
They don't see the Slardar, so they don't want to dive. Slardar is on mid, actually, trying to get a kill on SCCC.
There it is. Crush in from behind. Follow-up avalanche. They're going to need a few more right clicks. They hit him in the noggin with a tree. He eats a fairy fire. Oh, the second crush is not going to find connection. FY eats a few pot shots from the tower. SCCC is trying to be cheeky, moving in with that blast, but will not find the connection. LGD come up a little bit short on their gank attempt.
Yeah, with how lanes are placed for LGD, it's going well for the Beastmaster on the bottom lane. He's getting some levels, not too much creeps, last hits, he's doing alright. He's getting the XP and they can't really shut him down that easily.
Coconut Maldic, did you jinx the man? He might be forced to turn and run. Going to be walked back here by Faith quite a bit. But the level 1 Maldic is not going to be nearly good enough. Meanwhile, top lane, a hard move, make him in for KP. The Slardar has shown back his ugly mug in the top lane, and they're going to be granted the kill.
They have Hadouken creep, but not enough damage to actually take down AA.
Very close, but not quite there. KP makes his return now and tries to get order restored in this top lane. There goes the Hadouken, but not really going to find the best connection. Do be a little watch from that one. Early breadwinners, though, of this laning phase is going to belong to Lycans with 16 and 11, and then, of course, Tiny 13 and 5.
Now, this is the huge nerf that Enchantress received from 80 seconds duration to 50 on level 1 on the creeps.
Yeah, remember Yannis was mentioning a bit about how this may mean that she can't just re-enchant her creep yet again. Oh, move in, crush, cold feet, trying to body block to see if the solidify will be there. It's not. KP will be able to create a bit of distance, and they'll settle for some moves on the Kaka. They hit him with the crush. He pops the wand. Needs to try to make it away, but will not be able to. Nice takedown there. An assistant setup from FY will earn Ame the kill.
Yeah, he also leaves the last hit to Ame. Bottom lane Beastmaster. With that Invis rune, they have no detections. He is gonna get the XP on the bottom lane. Might even try to pull the creep wave.
Looks like he's trying to do exactly that. Meanwhile, we see Faith make a move towards the top lane. Looks like Newbee are calling for some extra assistance on this one, or at least seeing if they can coax LGD into an awkward spot and get the Witch Doctor in on some action. Because right now it is just a Terror Blade alone. It looks like their support staff has rotated back a bit. Nova back in base, and now FY seems to be taking his business towards that mid lane to do a little bit of bottle sharing.
Yeah, Kaka actually has blades of attack instead of boost of speed. So it gives him damage. He's still a little bit faster than Terrorblade, but he's slow though. I don't like this. Like, you want to move fast around the map, get the objectives, try to find the openings on Tiny that can easily also score a kill if they rotate the supports.
No opening quite there for Newbee at this time, but they're confident enough to continue to dive through the tower here. Meanwhile, mid lane, another ambush being had. A jump in as they make the move for SCCC. They're going to be able to throw him back. Ame also in a lot of trouble here in the top lane. Very low. Trying to juke himself through the trees. He's hit with that Maldic, though, and one more right click will be able to get the finish. Kaka scores that one. Their patience will pay off as they take down the big guy.
Yeah, Lycan on the bottom lane is self-sustainable. I'm surprised that the Lycans don't pick up at least one level of Howl when you have a Night Stalker in your team as well. So it gives you the ability to go super aggressive. That extra 100 HP even on level 1 during the night time can really make a difference, and the damage as well. Like, it doesn't really matter if you have level 3 wolves or level 2 wolves at this point.
Clearly it matters to Mugi.
So they're trying to make a little bit of push on the bottom lane with the Siege Creep, Helm of the Dominator finish, so it means that we got 2 of them, which will deal a lot of damage to the tower. They just need the support to rotate there. That's the classic rotation you expect when you have, let's say, a Dragonite, a DP on a mid lane, so you just move it when the Siege Creep reaches the tower.
No one seems to be coming to attention right now. In fact, Newbee are trying to possibly pull extra focus towards this top lane. SCCC is just cutting his way through the wave, and they're going to see if they can try to do an assault on objectives from both sides of the map. Certainly LGD can't try to be at both places at once, so Newbee are trying to score some money in some way, and it looks like LGD are going to be taking the move towards the top lane on the back of the smoke play right here. First they're going to hit the showers, and now they're going to slide on in with their newly clean bodies. But unfortunately, it's too late for them to do anything about that top tier 1. Let's see if they can catch any stragglers on the way out. Hey-yo! A toss in now. FY gets the poor man's blink. Jumps in with a crush. STCC hides under the Decrep, but the Solidify will be there, and they'll get the finish on the little Pugna.
Yeah, these early kills don't matter that much. 200 gold, they used the smoke, they lost the tower. Usually when you lose a mid tower, okay, so they're actually putting a pressure on Terrorblade, who is only level 4. That means that, he's definitely going to go down.
They're throwing rocks and coconuts at the guy and just finishing him off. Now they're looking for little Bambi here. They toss her up and down, but she's got the heal out. She's healing up good. They're going to have to turn and put their focus on the Kaka instead. He seems like an easier target, or is he? He just flies up to the balcony and away from trouble. Meanwhile, chucking out those little impetuses is going to be KP as he gets the finish onto that ancient apparition. Now Amaldic going to be out. Hard damage could be there for Somnus if he continues to eat it, and he is, as impetuses begin to fly. Oh, that's going to be a hard shot. I think that might be able to secure it. He just throws the tree out of frustration, but he's done for. And now look at this. They're going to get a follow-up, it looks like, making a hard shot for FY here. Things just falling apart a bit for LGD.
Yeah, he used the big golem in front of the tower. He wanted him to split because rock was on cooldown, so another split came. That means 2 extra rocks. This Terrorblade is having such a rough time. And then you have a Tiny who's not going to have his Blink Dagger up anytime soon. Beastmaster will need to be more active this game because it's falling apart for both Terrorblade and Tiny. Tiny has decent amount of CS, but still can't really do too much. AA level 5.5, that's a good level on AA.
Man, at about 8.5 minutes, Newbee have already taken out all 3 tier 1 towers. I mean, we looked at their draft and knew that this was going to be a pretty objective forward kind of a lineup, but man, already off to the gates, or off to the races rather, this fast is pretty impressive.
They still didn't use Lycan. Lycan comes online around 15-minute mark when he gets that Necro 3, which opens up the Roche for them. And I'm not sure they have enough tool on the side of LGD to keep away the pressure that Newbee is putting on them.
SCCC looking to sniff out little Ame here. He'll just go right for the TP. I'll still zuck you though. Terrorblade makes it away. And at the mid lane, LGD are going right onto the offensive here. They recognize that they are trailing a little bit behind as far as net worth and objectives go. And they're going to try to change that here. Are we going to see another toss in? Yes, we are. Toss in for the roar, just as Lycan's trying to shapeshift. He's not going to be able to make it away. Your shapeshift will actually go on cooldown, and so will you, sir.
Yeah, Centaur Conqueror with the double stomp. He even used the ulti, but not enough to escape. They're doing a good job on side of LGD, trying to get those pickoffs with Tiny combo.
Oh boy, here comes trouble. That's a pretty nice Ice Blast. Might be able to get the finish onto SCCC, but okay, yeah, they crush him right on top of the head here. Somnus gets a good toss back, but he will lose his own life. KP doing a nice job following through with the damage. We'll turn it into a 1-1 split.
Yeah, Terrorblade is doing a good job for position 5 hero. Oh, he's really kind. He's the same net worth as Night Stalker. I mean, there are 3 towers down, but still.
He is going to continue to work his way through that bottom lane, but mid, here we go, FY, the Prince, looking to force Moogie to take a knee.
Can't touch him, no roar.
And they run right back the other way. TPs are coming, and so is Newbee. And they don't want any piece of that, so they're going to be stuck scratching their heads. Meanwhile, top, a move for KP, possibly, as they TP in. They look to set everything up, the avalanche, the snowball, and, well, Bambi is gone.
KP was way too deep. The rotation from his supports were coming, but they were way too far. This center ward that was just placed by AA, most of the time that's where Verdict Pro wards, and it gives them a lot of vision, but it's on a completely different side.
Below Chalice here. Looks to avoid the additional drain power. Frantically, SCCC pings him out, saying he's heading that way. Faith, stop him. Cut him off at the path. Faith, get him. Faith. He has no coconut. He can't do anything. He turns back the other direction, and suddenly FY shows up from the heavens above. Lands on him with a crush. An Ice Blast nicely connected there on the SCCC. Already the ward's down, though. Faith will get finished off. FY will finish off the ward, and Kaka is going to have to head out the other direction.
Yeah, it's the second nighttime now. Phase Boots, Bond, and Earn finished on the Night Stalker, so they should be active, trying to get the kills. They have a good vision on the both sides.
FY takes to the woods, but Newbee congregate back together yet again. No, surely KP, I was going to say, is he going to head down and find FY? Looks like FY will be able to TP away. So what is in Newbee's best interest right now, Lacoste? Do you think it's just kind of continuing this game plan of pushing on forward? Is it time to already move in for tier 2s? You're talking about how the Lycan should be coming online soon. I know he's the second act for Newbee. Are they just holding out for that?
Yeah, they can threaten the towers. Terrorblade doesn't have too much slaughter, no blink yet. They can feel that LGD is way weaker than them now.
Nova loses half his life with 2 shots right there from KP. FY about to lose a lot more as he runs into the high ground. Moogie's thinking about chasing, changes his mind, and then changes his mind yet again and says, nah, I'm hungry for fish. I'll take that guy. Runs in, gets it done. Nova still trying to avoid the Hellbear Smasher inside the base. Newbee going balls deep right now to get in on the action. Speaking of balls, one flying out here from the Ancient Apparition. Finds connection on Kaka, and the tree for the finish. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of gold for Tiny. He showed his Blink Dagger, but it doesn't mind. And also Terrorblade is kind of getting back into the game as well.
Yeah,
they just smoked, but it was smoke under the ward. Look at the vision from LGD.
I'm looking. It's looking good.
Yeah, look at one ward on the left.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I know you're looking. And then a little bit to the right as well, which gives them... They love to smoke, plant the vision. Even let's say tier 1 tower is down, they're already preparing for tier 2.
Oh, Samus is like, I'm ready to throw someone in. I'm ready to throw a Primal Roar into this. Oh, but he gets silenced. The Roar's still going to be there, and they're still going to be able to get the focus fire onto Kaka and go for the finish. Will Newbee be able to intercept? Nice blink away from Somnus, but unfortunately for Chalice, he doesn't have that blink and says, go on without me. 1-for-1 split.
LGD is doing what they need to do, drive the attention away from the Terrorblade so he can recover. That's why they're doing the action on the opposite side where Terrorblade is, and once FY gets his Blink Dagger, it's going to be so much easier to fight. Double Blink Dagger, the toss back, especially when they're defending the base, but this opens up the Roche for Newbee.
Oh, Courier? Oh man, that Courier got smacked with a bat so hard, his sister felt it. Good grab from Somnus. At first they were eyeballing the Roche that you were talking about. Nova laying out the Ice Vortex for the bit of vision. But Newbee say we'll just get back to moving in for tier 2s instead. KP already on this tier 2 in the mid lane. And SCCC continues to pelt it down with that level 4 blast. It just does so much work. Now they find an opportunity to make the move on the Beastmaster yet again. And he'll be taken out of this one. 30 seconds.
Tiny's creep skipping the wave, so they can't push. They have... He's also dragging the creeps away with the siege creep from Helm of the Dominator.
Oh, that's funny.
so they actually
KP's like, don't
push.
do that. He's trying to take it back, it looks like, but it's going to be long gone at that. FY in a little bit of a pickle here. Runs out the other direction. This Ice Blast is a little far and away, but hey, you know, good job by LGD to kind of pull focus. And Newbee are not able to get that finish on that mid tier 2.
They're doing a good job trying to cut the waves so Terrorblade can get back into the game. They're not strong enough. Look at the gold advantage. It was at 5,000 at one point. Now it's only less than 1K.
Yeah, they've been ignoring the Terrorblade, and it's allowed him to slowly begin to resurface back into this game. It looked like Newbee were trying to go on a covert mission to get something done, but it looks like it's an ambush. Jump in from FY, gets a good crush. Kaka in a world of hurt. They tag the shrine, they move on forward. They're looking to go for the finish. Kaka trying to make it away. Not going to be successful. Already 2 from Newbee going to be going down, and Moogie is a man or a wolf man on the run. KP narrowly escapes. And LGD pretty successful at catching off Newbee from trying to go on the assault again.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel that Lycan has that much farm. He's sitting on second on the top of network, but the Chicken Espresso can't bring the Necrobook as well.
Oh my god, SCCC is just a frail little bone man who just gets obliterated the second the Tiny jumps onto him. All this setup, of course, Nova put down that ward to the high ground just as this happened, and they're not done yet. Moving in for Kaka here. KP waiting back and behind. He dishes out the heal, but the Ice Blast might find connection on the Faith. It will. And beautiful three-point shot comes in from Somnus. This guy's playing a hell of a Tiny game, I gotta say.
Yeah, he's involved in 12 out of 16 kills. They might even get a kill on a Lycan. His ulti is gone.
Oh, here comes Terrorblade with the Metamorph, and who would you think it's Somnus there? Yet again, this guy is all over the map.
Yeah, the heroes on side of Newbee are really low HP. If you look at the Pugna, I mean, he has the HP talent 1.2k, which Dr. 800 Enchantress. She has items, so she's tanky enough, but they can also be blown up by a Tiny with the 30 damage talent plus Echo Saber.
Yeah, they gotta get some meat on the bones, as I like to say. The durability is going to be necessary when you have so much burst fire coming out from LGD's side. We saw there a little return kill as they got the grab on the Beastmaster. He's unfortunately had the bad end of a lot of these deals, but it is daytime, so Newbee are just going to kind of slow their roll for a little bit.
Book 2 is finished. I guess when they get Book 3, they can try to take a fight, D-Ward, even get the Roche as well. Now LGD is in the seat.
Okay.
Less than 1k lead for them, and they're gonna find another kill.
Yep, this one on to Kaka. Well, they actually don't want to move too far forward for it because KP's come in as a flank. They decide to turn on to him. Commit with the Roar, follow up with the Crush, and the Cold Feet. He really has no chance to make it away. Good move from LGD. Are they going to be able to make it away unscratched? I don't know. Hard moves for Chalice here, but another toss up and down, and the Pugna's going to fall. Same goes for Faith, and LGD really kind of opening this game up for themselves after a really rough start. It's now frantic time for Newbee here. Moogie next up to bat. They throw him up and down like it's T-ball. And he's done for as well.
Yeah, the amount of the damage. Wild Axe is used on Witch Doctor, hit them twice, then one more time almost killed him. So this Roche is gonna go down definitely. All the physical damage output that they have is just way too strong for Newbee to deal with right now.
Oh, I hate to say it, feels like all of the early game advantage that Newbee has built up for themselves has been completely stripped away. We're now looking at a 3k net worth advantage and rising for LGD. That extra life is going to be picked up from Somnus.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of games with Lycan like this. He has a good laning stage. They get the towers, but if they can get your momentum off the point where you want to go 2-3 times, it just doesn't feel like he's a hero anymore. They have so much cutting tools, like he can't get on top of Terrorblade anymore. Terrorblade is tanky enough with the SNY build. He didn't go for Manta. You can't fully commit to, let's say, killing a Terrorblade. You can't go on Tiny because they're all so tanky. Yeah, you're always afraid of that Sunder. If he gets close to, let's say, a Slaughter, gets Corrosive Haze, he's probably gonna die.
Here comes Newbee with, I won't call it a full Desperation Smoke, so I'll call it a Despa Smoke. As they try to head their way up through the top of the lane, seeing if they can grab any high net worth heroes here from LGD side. Nice quick blink from FY, but doesn't really know where he can go with it. Tries to frantically make it out for the TP, and he's gone! The Coconut's a-flying his way. Here we go, Coconut! Elon Musk put that Coconut in space, by the way. Anyways, nice... Here it comes. Ow!
Oh, did they do it on purpose?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm so tickled by that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It was like Halley's Comet. Anyways,
what is it? Every 75 to
years.
77 years. No, not 1,000.
It's I don't know. Will we see it again in my lifetime? Maybe. If I continue to live a healthy life, I might. I'm not living a healthy life, by the way. Nova in a lot of trouble. Kaka running in. Nova's gone. Kaka eats the snowball, but Newbee scrapped at least something. It's not the biggest of kills, though AA is the weakest of net worth. LGD not handing any freebies over.
And SCCC fully committing to aggressive build. Etherlands and Aghanim Scepter, which will help him deal with the illusions and can be a frontliner, but against AA and all this stun plus burst damage, maybe he will need a defensive item, a BKB, Eon Disc.
Maybe Faith can somehow, it looks like he's going to go for a Glimmer Cape. I mean, that could help a little bit.
Still far away from it.
Far away. It's Faith. Oh! That was a yell to get the hell away from me. To lock Kaka in his place. Another Ice Blast will find minor connection there. Follow-up Crush and the combo from Somnus will get the job done. Gets the toss up and down, but he does eat the Maledict. I think Somnus will finally go down, but that's only for the ages here. Second act to come out now from LGD, and frantically Newbee, get the hell away. FY, though, looks for revenge. Nice jump and catch on his side. Meanwhile, Faith is going to get finished off and drop. GG! Gets a hi-ho toss on in, and Newbee saying, you know what? We're done here. We didn't get anything we wanted done in the second half of this game, so we'll just hand this one right over to LGD. And LGD now 2-0 in the tiebreaker. I believe if they get just one more win, they will be joining alongside TNC straight to that main event.
Yeah, since Newbee were 2-0 already, and they felt like this game is already lost, they just called it so they can at least get some rest. They couldn't go for the position 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Well, LGD, man, they're looking crispy.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the big turning point in this one? For me, it felt like all maybe. It was like the second even before he got his Blink Dagger, he just found opportunities to make.
We're not gonna.
I know. I tried to sneak in a maybe at least one time there. So now you're not gonna let me do that. I'll say Somnus forever now. But yeah, he was able to kind of string together with like 3 or 4 kills, and it led to a situation where Newbee just had to ignore the Terror Blade, so he was left to kind of recover from the very, very crippling early laning stage.
Yeah, once he got his Blink Dagger timing up, they also smoked before that and got a couple of the kills, which got him closer to his Blink Dagger. Slaughter also played amazingly well. Also, this shows why Slaughter is one of the hottest picks right now.
Yeah, he's good. Him and Sand King seem to be kind of filling that void very well. This all started with Newbee getting all 3 Tier 1 towers in just about 8 minutes in, and now Newbee are in a bit of dire straits. So we'll cut to a break. When we come back, it's more tiebreaker action here for Group A. That's the cost. I'm Dakota. We'll see you more for it.